casket is a spiritual prison. Let's call it what it really is. A coffin is not a resting place. It's a ritual of spiritual containment. 1. Caskets are a European invention. The use of sealed wooden or stone boxes for the dead originates in Greco-Roman and later European Christian traditions. Before colonization, African, indigenous, and Asian cultures buried the body naturally. No box, no seal, no interruption of nature's cycle. The purpose of a casket wasn't about honor. It was about preservation and control. In other words, keep the body trapped, keep the energy still, keep the soul from rising. 2. Africans never used caskets. Ancient African burial rites were spiritual ceremonies, not funerals. Bodies were returned to the earth to complete the cycle. Cremation, natural burial, or sacred ground rituals were used to free the spirit, not contain it. We understood, the earth gives you your body, and the earth reclaims it. There was no fear in death, only transformation. That's why there was no such thing as a graveyard in sacred land, because our ancestors were not dead. They were elevated. 3. Caskets interrupt the energy field spiritually and energetically. When you trap a decaying body in a box, especially one lined with metal, concrete, or synthetic chemicals, you disrupt the body's natural frequency. The earth can't pull the energy back, and the soul has to work harder to transition. It's not just symbolic, it's energetic sabotage. That's why our ancestors avoided it. They knew energy must flow, not be boxed in. 4. The rest in peace lie. Let's be honest. Most people buried in caskets are not at peace. They're trapped in a ritual they didn't choose. Think about it. Nobody asks the dead what they want. The ritual is for the living, not for the soul. And it's based on beliefs that have nothing to do with African spirituality. Rest in peace is code for, we've sealed the body, silenced the spirit, and buried the truth. 5. The church and the funeral industry. The modern funeral industry was built by Christian Europe, tied closely with the church. It was turned into a business of fear and guilt. You have to bury the body properly. You have to buy a sealed casket. You have to have a priest or pastor bless the grave. It's not spiritual, it's financial. A box and a ritual that feeds on your fear of the afterlife. 6. Cremation and natural burial. Spirit. Liberation before Christianity. Most cultures cremated the dead with sacred fire, buried them in natural ground, wrapped in cloth or leaves. Let the elements, earth, water, fire, air, return the body to balance, because they knew. To trap the body is to confuse the soul. The goal was never to preserve the body. The goal was to free the energy. 7. Caskets were designed to disconnect you from your ancestors. The deeper truth is this: when your body can't return to the earth, your spirit can't connect to the ancestral plane as easily. This isn't superstition. This is energetic law. Caskets block the signal. They keep you in limbo. The colonizer didn't just enslave your body while alive. They enslaved it in death. 8. Even the Bible contradicts the casket. If Christians really followed Jesus, they'd know he was buried in a tomb, not a casket. His body wasn't embalmed and boxed. It was wrapped and placed in nature. They even say his body rose from the dead. So why do they bury theirs like it's never coming back? Again, make it make sense. 9. Ask yourself this: why are we burying people in metal boxes sealed in concrete? Why do we pay thousands for funeral packages that have nothing to do with the spirit? Why are Black people participating in rituals that were used to erase our ancestral ways? because they colonize death, just like they colonized life. 10. Final thought. The casket is the final spell. The casket is a symbol of silence, a ritual of disconnect, a tool of spiritual interruption. It's not your tradition. It's not your culture. It's not your way. It's the last ritual of colonization, the final box, and it's time to break it.